Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So first things first, I would like to sincerely apologize but to everybody who watches my channel, who waits for my videos, who has still subscribed, because I know I haven't been uploading as much as I used to, and I've said it once, and it's not an excuse, but I have been so insanely busy with my new job. It's only an 8 to 4 job, but because it's training for the first 18 months, it's like being in school. So that also requires studying outside of work hours, and it has been really, really stressful. And a lot of times by the time I get home at the end of the day, I am just so exhausted, so tired, and the lighting sucks that I just don't film. I am going to try and fix that. I'm going to try and make sure that I at least film like a few videos every week so that you guys aren't left hanging quite so much. Also, I sort of said I would be filming a ton on weekends, and that hasn't been happening because I have gone away literally every weekend of this month. I have been going to cottages and ATVing and things like that, so I just haven't had time, but bear with me. I am trying to make this all work. So today I thought it would be fun to sort of start. I don't really know if this is going to become like a really long series, a really drawn out series, or just like every once in a while something I do. And it is something that I was inspired to do by Mickey. Now, she doesn't know this. I haven't really talked to her about it. But Mickey, for a while, was doing her oldie but goodie series. So she was taking her old palettes that she used to use, used to love, and sort of using them and remembering why she loved them, why she had them. And I was going through my makeup drawers the other day, and I realized how much makeup I have that I haven't touched in, weeks, months, like in forever, because if you guys are like me, when you get new makeup, it becomes kind of your be all end all, and that's sort of what you use, and you get really like bad tunnel vision onto one particular bit of your makeup and you forget about everything else. So today what I thought I would do, and it's something I'm going to try and do, like I said, it might not be every Thursday, but on Thursdays, is do kind of a throwback Thursday, revisiting some of my old makeup. I'm not going to restrict this just to palettes. Everything that I have sitting on the desk in front of me, well, not everything, but most things are products that kind of got lost in my collection or that I haven't been reaching for as frequently as I used to, that I want to make sure I get back into using. So that is what we're going to be doing today. It has been a long time since I've put up any kind of like a tutorial or instructional video or chit chat get ready with me for you guys, so I thought I would do that today. I also got my FabFitFun last week, so I will be filming that unboxing and putting that up as well. It might be up before this because I'm filming this Tuesday and I don't want this video up till Thursday, so it might come out before this, it may not, we'll see. So first things first, I'm going to put on a pair of the ears that Mickey got me, which I love. I was feeling the Beauty and the Beast ones today, because this is my, I love them all, but of the bows, this is my favorite bow, is the really big red one. So the first thing that I'm going to put on that I can't believe that I forgot, I don't know where my head has been, but I haven't been using my strobe cream in so long, and my face is crazy dry because of, the weather changing. It's going all over the place, it was snowing today, and it was calling for rain later, and it was, 12 on the weekend or something like that. For all my American friends, I am talking Celsius, not Fahrenheit, because that would be real cold. Wait, did I say Celsius, not Fahrenheit? I might have said Fahrenheit, not Celsius. I don't know. But anyway, I am talking about Celsius, not about Fahrenheit. I don't really remember the conversion, but I mean, that's pretty warm around here. That's when you switch to your spring jacket. So like I said, first thing I did was just throw on some MAC strobe cream just to add a little bit of extra moisture in my face before I throw on my primer. I also haven't used this in forever, and this is the Natasha Denona Face Glow Primer. And the reason that I'm going to use this today is because when I do eventually get to doing my foundation, I'm going to use my old Face Glow foundation, which I haven't used in forever. So this is a thicker kind of a primer, so I do find it helps to sort of warm it up on your fingertips before you put it on, but it is really moisturizing. Now, I've said it before, Natasha Denona is kind of the products are really good, but it is ridiculously expensive. Even as far as high-end goes, a lot of high-end palettes are expensive, but their palettes are insanely expensive. So as good as this is, you have to really, really be willing to invest in it if you think you want to use it. It's not just going to be an impulse buy. I am also going to take a little bit of my Benefit Professional Pore Filling Primer, and I just like to kind of put it where my pores are the largest, so up and around my nose, and then sometimes as well, I find that my pores can get a little bit large in between my eyebrows. So now that all of the priming and stuff is done, I am going to do my lids first, but I like to get all that in so that it has time to soak in before I throw on my foundation. So in terms of priming my lids, I know I use paint pots all the time, but I haven't used this one in forever, and this is my Soft Ochre. It's kind of the sister paint pot to Painterly, and you can probably see why I use Painterly more, because this is very, very, very yellow toned. Sometimes I am more yellow toned. It's just dependent. Also, if you're trying to correct more redness, I would say this is probably a better option for you. So between Painterly and Soft Ochre, it sort of depends on if you have a pink undertone or a yellow undertone. I also know they have one called Bare Study, which is really, really good, that I don't have. Just another option. So in terms of palettes for today, I was digging through my collection thinking, what have I not played with in forever? And this one popped out to me. So this is my Too Faced I Want Kandee palette. It was for sure one of my favorites. It still is. This is what the palette looks like if you've never seen it. It is pretty neutral. It smells like candy. It is so good. All the names, like I'll show you guys really quickly. All the names have something to do with dessert. So I thought it would be fun to take this palette and play with it for today. And just do like a super simple everyday kind of look, because I am supposed to go out tonight. Maybe like go hang out with a friend. So I don't want to go crazy over the top, because I think we're going to end up sitting on the couch watching Game of Thrones. So I think to start, I'm going to take the color, this is called Banana Cream Pie. It's this one here, and use that to put all over my lid. And I kind of had an idea that this was the color I wanted to use, and because it does have a little bit of a yellow tone to it, that's the real reason I figured I'd be okay to use a Soft Ochre over Painterly, because it's not going to change the color of the first shadow I'm putting on, and then I'm going to build up from there. I'm also going to take some of this whipped cream color. It's on the end and it has a little bit more shimmer to it. I'm going to take a little bit of that and kind of put it higher and underneath my brow bone. And I will sort of blend them together where they meet in the middle, so it's not such a stark contrast. But this is just to brighten up under that brow bone. Just like that. What do I feel like doing today? I think I'm going to stick to mostly like these orangey sort of tones today. I haven't played with them in a while. So first things first, if I could find my brush, I'm just taking, you guys have seen this a million times if you watch my channel, it's MAC 221 brush. I'm going to take this color here in Butterscotch, and I'm going to sweep that all on the lid from inner to outer corner, sort of as a base point to build up from. Just like that. I absolutely forgot how much I love these shadows. They are amazing. You don't have to really dip your brush in all that much, and you get a ton of color. They blend so beautifully. I know there's not a lot of variety of color in this palette, which I think is why a lot of people kind of stayed away from it, because, you know, if these aren't your shades, and I'm sure they aren't a lot of people's, like, you're gonna kind of stray away from it, but for me, these are right up my alley. So I think next what I'm going to do is take the color Pastry and sort of work that from the outer corner kind of halfway in, just to deepen up the crease a little bit. And I am going to make sure I swirl it a bit on my lid nearer to the outside like this. That way I build up some extra color. I just poked myself in the eye, and then I'm just going to blend the two together. Like that. So far, so good. Next, I am going to go into a bit of a darker color. I'm going to take that hot chocolate color. It's this color right here. And I'm going to put that on the outer corner of my eye. In the crease as well, just like that. And just sort of swivel it right there because I don't want it going too high. I just needed it to add a little bit more definition to the crease. Like that. And then, of course, I'm going to blend those together as well. And the reason I did this is because I am planning on taking that color, the Sweet Toffee. It's a little bit glittery, and I'm going to use that and put it kind of all over my lid with a little bit of Frosted Pink in the corner, just for a bit of contrast. So whenever I put on shimmers lately, I seem to just prefer, you know, using my finger to do so. Whoa, that is very, very orange, but that's okay. So I did pack it on with this finger, and then I took a different finger and I just smoothed it out and evened it up. And I am going to have to go back in with some of those darker colors just to give some more of that definition to the outside. This headband seems a little bit big and it's not staying on as well as I'd like it to. Hold on. Okay. Just add some of that dark chocolate brown color again. Yeah, this thing is slipping like crazy. I'm going to switch and hope that one of these ones is a little tighter. Yeah, that feels like it's a little bit tighter. Okay. And like I said, I am going to take some of this one. This is Frosted Pink. This one here. And I'm going to just dot a little bit of that in my inner corner. And I am going to kind of push it up and into that other one just to give it a little bit more of a transition. Because now that I have all that orange there, I'm not madly in love with it. Just like that. I think I prefer that a little bit with like the lighter kind of going into the darker oranges. That looks really good. So for now, that's all we're going to be doing with this palette. I am going to be going back in with it later and sort of darkening up my under eye. In terms of eyeliner, I'm just going to use my Stila Stay All Day liner. I know this is actually, you know what, that's a lie. I was going to say I know I use this all the time, but to be quite honest, I misplaced it for like 3 weeks. I had no idea where it went, and I finally found it. It was like, I guess I had tucked it into my brush holder without even thinking about it. And then one day I was going through my brushes and I finally found it. So we are going to be using this today. Also, I haven't shown you guys these yet. So you guys all know, if you've been watching for any length of time, that I really struggle with my nails. I like to bite them. I like to chip nail polish off. So these are like Jamberry nail wraps that you sort of heat and stick on. This is the second time I've ever tried them. This application went way better than the last one I did, but I thought I would show you guys those because they are fantastic. So if you're like me, you might want to look into something like that because you can't chew through them. Very important in my life. There we go. Just trying to keep as tight to my lash line as is humanly possible, even though it's normally not, because I normally screw it up. Okay. It's really hard to do this to the camera and also into a mirror. Especially a mirror that's got a huge smudge where I'm looking. Struggles. The struggle is so real. Just like that. So those look pretty even. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and leave that alone. And we're going to move on to the face. So like I said, I am going to be using, if I can find it now that I'm sitting here, there it is, my Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. I wear shade 20. This has an SPF of 15. and it, like their other stuff, is super expensive. So that's just what it looks like there. It does have a lot of like microfibers in it that kind of make it really pearlescent. And just because I'm applying that, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona 19 flat face brush to apply this, because I personally don't like using a beauty blender or a sponge of any sort to apply my foundation. I don't know why. I know a lot of people are big fans of it. I just feel like I have more control when I use a brush. Personal preference, you know. I'm sure you guys saw, I had a lot of redness on my face before putting this on. So even though this is a little bit like paler of a shade for me than some of my other favorite foundations, it did just cancel like all of that redness that I had going on. Or at least most of it. I can still see it coming through right here. But that's okay. I don't mind. That's fine. Okay, so foundation is now on. You don't need, at least I don't need a ton of it. I'm not a fan of like tons and tons of foundation. I like more natural looking foundation, so right up my alley. I am going to use another product that I use every day just because I don't have another one like this. This is my Benefit, or my Bare Minerals Well Rested. It's just like a clear gel that sort of brightens up your under eyes, and they say you can put it on like before or after your makeup. I like to put it on after my foundation, before my concealer, because I think it gets the best effects, and I just pat it on with my finger like that. For concealer today, another one I haven't played with in forever that I used to adore is my Tarte Shape Tape. I wear the shade Light. I haven't played with this in forever, and to be honest, I have a backup one that I haven't even touched, so I was like, I better play with it for a little bit and see if I still like it as much as I used to, because I have sort of fallen in love with Urban Decay's Naked Skin Concealer and foundation, mind you. And this is also really, really pale for me. Whatever, it'll just brighten up the areas. I'll touch it all up with bronzer later. So while I let that kind of sit and get a little bit tacky, I am going to fill in my eyebrows. Again, this is the only brow product I really have. I have kind of tried that Benefit Ka-Brow stuff. So far, it's not going well for me. I just don't have that kind of skill level, but I'll keep on trying. Evidently, I don't have much skill with this either, so maybe it'll be good to switch over. You never really know. I haven't filmed in so long, I feel like I'm being super awkward in front of the camera. I got so comfortable with it when I was doing it like 3 and 4 times a week, and now because I haven't done it in like forever, I just feel kind of awkward. Hopefully you guys don't care. Also, I know that my last video was my top box, and normally I put up my top box and my Ipsy really closely one after another, but my February Ipsy never showed up at my house. I don't know what happened there, and I don't really have time to care, to be honest, so you will not be getting a February Ipsy unbagging, but I will be doing, hopefully, my March one, so all of my January products I'll just review in March. I apologize for that. So for the concealer, I am just taking a wet beauty blender and kind of, blending it out. Actually, now I remember why I like this so much, because even though it is a little bit light of a shade for me, it really, really brightens up my under eyes, and it definitely does a good job of covering all those dark circles that I have because I am not sleeping like I should be. Gotta work on that. Okay, so concealer's all packed in. Foundation's on. For a setting powder, another one I haven't used in forever is my Peach Perfect, what is this even called? Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. So the only reason I don't like this is because of the lid that comes on the sifter, which makes sense because you don't lose product, but at the same time it makes it a pain in the butt to get out. So I am just going to tap off a bunch in the lid. Close that because we all know that I will probably drop it at some point. And then I always just use my beauty blender to put this on. So put it under my eyes just to set all that concealer. I keep getting little bits of it in my mouth and it kind of tastes good, so I guess that's okay. Just because there's so much extra in here, I'm just going to set all my makeup with it, because why not? Now, I guess this kind of defeats the purpose of wearing a glow foundation and then using a mattifying powder. But whatever. Sorry, I just tapped off the excess from the lid back into the container. So now that that is done, I can go in with bronzer. For bronzer, one that I haven't used in forever is my Too Faced Sweetie Pie bronzer. This is the one that kind of looks like a pie. I'm going to take my Too Faced Mr. Right brush and pick up a bunch of that. And starting around the outside of the face, I'm just going to warm it up a lot. I was going to say a bit, but it'll be a lot by the time it's all said and done, because I also am a weirdo and I don't bronze just like normal people. I bronze all over. And I will take, this is a MAC 128 brush. When I do contour on my cheeks, this is the one I like to use. And I've been trying to do it a little bit. It just hasn't been going super well. Just a tiny, tiny bit. It's the only way to learn, right, is just to practice it and get better at it. So I'm trying. So that's good for bronzer. For blush today, I'm going to go to my Pacifica Duo, and I think I'm going to use the lighter color here. These are their coconut infused blush. I'm going to use the one that is a little bit more peachy toned. Pop that on like that. For a highlight today, one I haven't used in forever is my Benefit Sunbeam. I absolutely adore this. It is amazing, along with Benefit High Beam. They are both fantastic. You just kind of have to get used to using liquid highlighter. That would be my only thing that I would say if you've never tried it. Just put dots in all those good places that you like to highlight. And then I just use my finger to blend it in. I just find, again, I have the most control that way. To get it exactly where I want it and to make sure it's completely blended out so it's not sitting there looking super, super obvious that you had a liquid highlight. Just like that. And then, because you can never have enough highlight, I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever. This is their Pro Light Fusion Undetectable Luminizer, and this is the gold one because I don't know if that was actually the name that I just said somewhere. And I'm going to take my Natasha Denona highlighting brush and pick up a ton of that and just kind of go over all the places that I just had the liquid highlight. Looking a little orangey up there. That's okay. That's okay, I'll fix it later. So the last couple things to do are to really quickly set my brows, if I can find my brow set. Got it! So this actually used to be clear. It's not clear anymore. I'm going to need a new one pretty soon, but whatever. Use it until you lose it. Set those super, super quickly. And then, like I said, we are going to take if I can find it, a pencil brush and go back into that palette and just kind of darken up the under eye. So I think for that, I'm going to do, let's go back into that Sweet Toffee color. That was that shimmery, copper, because I did lose a lot of that on my lid once I put the pink on. I'll just do some of that like that. Just like that, just for, oh, that one's way darker than this one. Just for a little bit of an extra pop. And now that that's done, I can put on mascara. So again, these are not new, nothing I haven't been using, just my favorites. So my Roller Lash mascara, and then I'm going to top that off with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. because I like me a double layer with some big, big lashes. Just like that. And then the last thing to do is to do lips. And for that, I dug through all of my old liquid lipsticks and I found one of my NYX lip lingeries. This is in the color Embellishment. I thought that would be really pretty. I hope so anyway. Yeah, I kind of like that, just like that. Now, if I had been smart, I would have set my makeup, but since I don't have any setting sprays, we're going to skip that step, and I'm going to call that done. So that just reminded me of a ton of products that I love that I haven't played with in forever. I totally forgot how much I love this palette. I don't know if you can still get this, but if you can, I highly, highly recommend it. It is for sure one of my favorites, and the quality is just amazing. So if you like this video and you want to see me kind of continue to do this series, then definitely let me know down below. If you've seen other palettes or other bits of makeup that I've talked about in the past that I haven't played with and you want to see me use those ones in particular, also feel free to request it. I am more than happy to kind of, you know, do, what's the thing I'm looking for? I don't know, to fulfill your request, we'll just say that. To steer my videos more along the lines of what you guys want. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.